So I've actually had issues with Philip DeFranco before this whole BetterHelp controversy came out. There were people in my Discord asking me if I was going to make a video on Philip DeFranco ever, and I told them that I do have my issues with him, but it wasn't really enough for me to make a full video on him and his content. But ever since BetterHelp, I feel like I'm now given this chance to talk about things I dislike about Philip DeFranco before this all happened and give my input on, his whole controversy surrounded by BetterHelp. With that being said, I'm now going to talk about how I feel about him as a person and a content creator. And you might think these are minor issues I have with someone, but this is titled Why I Don't Like Philip DeFranco, so if you disagree, that's fine. I am going to leave a timestamp in the video where you guys can just jump to the whole BetterHelp controversy. So if you don't want to listen to this section of the video, I suggest you go to this time of the video if you just want to listen to the BetterHelp portion. So Philip DeFranco is a YouTuber who delivers news through a wide variety of topics. These news stories range from criticizing the White House to talking shit about the Paul brothers. And you can already see why I don't like DeFranco's content. How am I supposed to take someone seriously when they're discussing something as significant as global news while focusing on YouTube drama at the same time? Say what you will about fucking Gnome Star's content, but at least it's consistent. A lot of his content is pretty fucking petty, like mine, but at least you know what you're getting when you're watching our content. And sometimes DeFranco does this shit in the same video. It's just really odd seeing someone talk about important news while delivering, like, YouTube fucking gossip, basically. Yeah, this is probably the equivalent of me making a video about how much I dislike Rice Gum while at the same time talking about Vlad the Impaler's victims. There's basically no consistency in his videos. He's essentially the YouTube TMZ. Also, I gotta say, I don't like how he presents himself as someone who's on the fence while he's obviously leaning towards one side. And there's no problem with that. I mean, you can choose a side if you want, but at least be real about it. So that was my little rant and spiel on DeFranco, but now we're gonna get to the stuff that actually matters. And I say this because while I do think these points I made are somewhat significant, they don't hold the same amount of weight as him being a downright fucking scammer. And after he made that response video, which I have to say has the same levels of bullshit as H3H3, I thought this video was well deserved.
What's up, you beautiful bastards? Hope you're having a fantastic Monday. If you are here for your regularly scheduled Philip DeFranco show, I apologize so much. There are so many things happening both in this country and just the world in general that I want to talk about, that I think we need to talk about. But unfortunately, I've been on the receiving end of just ridiculous accusation after ridiculous accusation regarding BetterHelp. People saying I'm this mastermind scammer who's running a Ponzi scheme. I just need to address this bullshit before moving forward. I usually do not stop for every barking dog, but this has gotten to a situation that is just ridiculous.
You know, I could show you just the entire clip of DeFranco being a whiny little bitch and being super defensive, but instead, I'm gonna show you this 10-second clip that summarizes the entire video.
Why am I still getting hate? Why am I still getting hate? Why am I still getting hate? Why am I still getting hate?
Yeah, so DeFranco acts like nothing is his fault. It's all about BetterHelp. They're the ones who fucked up, not him. After all this buildup of backlash on BetterHelp came out, DeFranco started to act like he's a minor sponsor as opposed to someone who actually had a fucking partnership with the company. Lied about that too, by the way. Yeah, not being completely clear about your relationship with a certain company is a borderline violation towards FTC guidelines. I must say, it's pretty big of DeFranco to completely end his partnership after he heard all that scummy shit the company was doing. One problem though, I can still enter the website with his fucking name attached. So forgive me if I'm not convinced he completely backed out of the company. And I highly doubt that BetterHelp owns his name in that department, and if they did for some reason, I feel like DeFranco would have addressed that. And all he does in this video is play the victim card like he didn't do anything wrong or some shit. When you advertise a company while withholding vital information, then that's a fucking issue. What I'm talking about is that some of the professionals weren't actually verified in this company, which means that some of the professionals aren't actually professionals. So essentially, if you're a part of BetterHelp, and if you're depressed and you can't afford a real therapist, chances are you're going to be getting your advice from Hobo Joe, who will be giving his mental treatment in a cardboard box while in a New York alleyway. Obviously, I'm exaggerating, but you guys get it. For Philip to withhold this vital information is really fucking scummy. And Philip can make all the excuses he wants, like, oh, I didn't know about this. Yeah, I'm sure that someone who had a partnership with the company has used the product himself.
Also, and it's not just a shtick from a sponsor read, it is a service I personally use, a service I personally love. In addition to recommending it in sponsored videos, I recommend it to friends and family, especially friends and family that are like, oh, I don't have the time to talk to someone.
Doesn't know vital information such as that. Oh, you donated a kidney to save my father's life? Well, here's a mediocre website. Fuck you. Yeah, Philip sure does love his fan base, promising to have discussions with them. and not following through with that.
While we're on this note, a popular narrative that has moved forward is that just everyone from the get-go, they were like, BetterHelp's a scam. You look online, just people complaining. And of course, like with any service, there are going to be bad reviews. In some pockets of the internet, there could just be overwhelmingly bad reviews. But if you search, and I searched again this morning, if you search BetterHelp reviews, first one that pops up has 287 reviews, 4.2 rating. eCounseling.com, 90 reviews, 3.9 rating. Trustpilot, 7.3. Additionally, on the Better Business Bureau website, it has a customer rating of 4.4 stars.
Yeah, that's why a lot of people are pretty wary. I don't know about you guys, but I find it pretty suspicious that the BetterHelp website doesn't have one fucking negative review despite the massive backlash.
Once again, understand, I am not defending what was in their terms and conditions. That is also concerning to me as a person that used the service.
How could you not possibly know that if you had a partnership with the company? And look, I understand that when you sign up for something, you're responsible for knowing the terms and conditions, but many people who signed up are fans of Philip DeFranco and they trusted him to deliver vital information about BetterHelp.
You had some people leaving bad reviews because they were being turned away from the service. And this is an important note that I want to hit on because it's not just that BetterHelp turned them away. If you look at BetterHelp's response to individuals like this, they recommend and even link to help you find face-to-face therapists, and they also link to incredibly important resources like crisis hotlines, suicide hotlines. And in fact, to read an email that someone received, they were complaining about this. BetterHelp said to them, "We determined that online counseling with BetterHelp may not be the best option for you. Online counseling is still new and is not the most effective form of therapy for everybody. However, you deserve to get the best help possible, and seeking for help is certainly a step in the right direction. We recommend considering traditional face-to-face therapy, and you can find many available therapists in your area by clicking here."
I'm gonna have to call bullshit on that. Seeing how BetterHelp brags about how fucking awesome their website is, it even goes as far as to saying that many people recommend this over face-to-face therapy. So as you can see, this is a complete puss out of a response, and displays the two-face that the website and DeFranco have. You can't just be bragging about your website and how awesome it is, and then backpedal and say, oh, well, it's a new website, so of course it's gonna have problems. This is just flat out slandering in the frequently asked questions section.
The main point through our experience, it was a good product and sponsor with a good purpose, and it was well received.
Yeah, it's easy to make something look good when you delete the negative reviews on websites.
If you can provide any sort of evidence that what you're saying is accurate, I would love to bring those specific situations up to them. And so I'll include this email right here. In addition to everything else we're doing, my team and I will go through those as we prepare. And that's because I want to make sure your valid concerns are heard, that we get answers. This is an extremely important thing to.
I'm sorry, but I can't believe this because Philip always says he wants to have conversations with his fans, but that never goes through. But of course his fans are going to be like, oh, look, he put an email there, so that means he's listening to criticism and he might try to fix his mistakes. Yeah, he's either not going to give you a response, or he'll give you a bullshit response and say stuff like, oh, hey, man, thanks for the criticism. Here's a fucking thumbs up emoji showing I care. Look at this shit, dude. Look at this fucking thumbs up emoji.
But with all of that said, that's where I'm leaving this situation. Once again, if you're one of the people that came specifically to dislike this video, say horrible things to and or about me, that's fine. If anything, I just appreciate you for giving me the time, because it's very easy to just hear something and then hate.
Oh my gosh, this guy's such a condescending douchebag. For those people who came here just to hate, well, thanks for the view and thanks for the money, you little shit. Now, this wasn't really brought up, but before the website went over its massive change, like in the terms and policies and all that, the website used to say over 4 million people signed up. I don't know if it was a typo or anything, but now that number's dropped to 400,000. So what happened? Well, here's what I think. Either A, BetterHelp lied about the number of people who signed up, or B, the people who signed up for BetterHelp realized how much of a butt-fucking system it is and decided to cancel their membership. Now, I'd like to give a ginormous shout out to Memology for all the research he's done over this topic. He's exposed BetterHelp and Philip DeFranco for exactly who they are, and that's a bunch of money grubbers. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with being a money grubber. I love money. I grub it. But the problem is that Philip DeFranco has this persona of, oh, I only care about my fans. I'm sorry for hurting feelings out there. I have the moral high ground. He wants money. That's what all big YouTubers want. That's what I want. That's what most people want. So, fuck off with that little mask you're wearing and trying to come off as someone else. Can't stand that shit.
There's the Rogue Rocket. I don't know if you can see that. Is that showing on the screen? Hold on.
I don't know what Rogue Rocket is. So you know for a fact, like you can prove that's DeFranco's company?
Yes.
Yes. Now, if you see, hold on.
So if I go to roguerocket.com, yeah, there's
See
DeFranco.
right there,
okay,
right
gotcha.
there up top. I got it highlighted now. You should be able to see it on screen. That's Rogue Rocket right there in the URL tab. So.
Yep,
I mean,
I do
people
see
can
it.
just-
And so that's if you go for if that's
People
if
can
you
just
go
look
to,
at it through the. Here's the. Hold on, let me.
But you get that if you go to betterhelp.com/boogie.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes. You
Well, I guess
definitely-
DeFranco's been. I guess I've made DeFranco literally dozens of dollars at this point.
Yeah, there's the link.
Probably
I mean, you guys can
about 1,000.
check it if you
Yep,
want.
I see it right there. Holy shit! Affiliate plus UTM.
So you're saying you
campaign.
didn't know anything about this? Like this is just.
No, man. I don't fucking ask questions like this, dude.
Why am I still getting hate?
And you want to know what the worst thing about this is? 1 week will pass and everyone will forget about it. And by everyone, I mean his dick-sucking fan base. Oh, Philip, you did nothing wrong. It's just like what happened with Ethan's apology video. Like right after he posted that, his fan base went back to jerking off to his fupa. What I've learned from this is that if you're a meme for all the right reasons, you're basically untouchable. And finally, I just want to say, me and Philip have 2 things in common, and that's that we both love money, and we're both the big gay. But other than that, he's a scam artist and a two-faced shitbird. This video may come off as biased, but it is titled Why I Don't Like Philip DeFranco. So you can't use that stupid argument of, oh, you're just a hater. Yeah, I am a hater. I don't like him. Fuck this dude.